Has Ian Beale finally crossed a line he can absolutely not come back from? We all knew the fallout from The Night That Changes Everything was going to leave a permanent scar on Albert Square, but really, looking at the spoilers for next week, I am really afraid of the worst for some of our very favorites. Monday the 8th of June and Thursday the 11th of June, and trust me, the square is upside down. Now let's get to Jordan, because my heart just breaks for Chelsea right now. Chelsea is sitting by little Jordan's hospital bed, day and night, just praying for a miracle after he was left lying lifeless on Holland Road. And what do the doctors tell her next week? That she needs to prepare for the worst, and the rehabilitation program might not even work. Just let that sink in. A child's entire future is completely up in the air, all because Ian Beale was behind the wheel. I'm fuming. I really am. How is Ian ever going to live with himself? We've seen him weasel out of a lot over the years, crying and throwing money at his problems, but you cannot just buy your way out of knocking down a kid. My running theory? Ian is going to have a massive psychological breakdown over this. He's already teetering on the edge of panic, but seeing Chelsea this broken, it has to destroy him. And speaking of broken, Chelsea isn't the only one in the Fox family trying to keep it together while their world completely shatters. This brings us to Denise, and honestly, mate, this one is proper tough to watch. We all know Denise is a fighter. She is as stubborn as they come, and we normally love her for it. But that stubbornness is downright terrifying right now. She's got this acute myeloid leukemia diagnosis hanging over her head. Her condition is rapidly deteriorating, and what does she do? She flat out refuses to go to the hospital. She just wants to put on a brave face and be there for Chelsea. It's that classic heartbreaking mother's instinct, putting her child first, but Jack is losing his mind with worry. He's terrified she's going to die. Plain and simple. Even Yolande is getting involved, begging Jack to do whatever it takes to get Denise onto that ward. Jack sits her down for a proper tear-jerking heart-to-heart, but Denise is standing her ground. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is Denise's refusal to get medical help going to be the thing that ultimately tears her and Jack apart? Or worse, takes her away from us completely? I've got a horrible feeling this is going to get much darker before it gets better. To be honest, I don't know if my nerves can take much more of this heavy stuff. So if you're feeling the same way and just want to vent to someone about this brilliant but stressful soap, just leave a quick like on the video. It really helps the channel out, and make sure you're subscribed so we can keep surviving these absolutely traumatic Walford weeks together. But honestly, we need each other to get through this month's drama. Now let's switch gears, because things are getting violent over at number 1. George Knight is an absolute pressure cooker right now. He's just found out Nicola took Eddie's dirty money. After everything that vile, racist man put George through, Nicola making a financial deal with him is the ultimate betrayal. George is blindingly angry, so he heads over to the boxing den to spar with Mark Fowler. You know when someone is so furious they just completely blank out? That's exactly what happens to George. He zones out and gets way too aggressive. Mark is forced to defend himself, and bam, a punch connects, and George is knocked clean out. Now remember his severe brain injury? Exactly. Phil Mitchell happens to be there, thank goodness, and Phil, in a rare moment of actual responsibility, points out that George has no business being in a boxing ring in the first place with his medical history. George, being just as stubborn as Denise this week, refuses any treatment. Phil walks him home and drops the bombshell on Nicola about what just happened. And what does she do? She's still trying to justify taking Eddie's cash. Can you actually believe her? Harry is watching all this unfold, absolutely terrified about what this means for his relationship when Gina finds out. And my bet? Gina is going to find out at the worst possible moment, and it is going to blow that entire family wide open. But if you want to talk about explosions, we have to talk about the Slaters. Because what is a week in EastEnders without a catastrophic Slater family meal? It's Jasmine's and Josh's 20th birthday coming up, and Cat Moon, bless her, is trying to play peacemaker. She wants to throw Jasmine a birthday dinner. Meanwhile, Oscar Branning is completely torn up inside, juggling the twins and trying to hide his massive feelings for Josh. Oscar tries to dig into the circumstances around Josh and Jasmine's foster dad dying in that car crash, the one only Jasmine witnessed, and Jasmine just lashes out and slaps him right across the face. A proper shocking reaction, isn't it? She clearly has a massive dark secret about that crash. Anyway, Jasmine reluctantly agrees to Kat's dinner on the condition that Josh is invited too. But here is the kicker. Josh and Oscar end up having a heart-to-heart. Josh is providing a shoulder to cry on, and they share a kiss. And who is standing right there watching the whole thing? Cat Moon. Blimey. Kat goes full protective mama bear, threatening Oscar to steer clear of her family. She confides in Alfie, and they try to keep it buttoned up so they don't ruin Zoe's day with Jasmine. But this is Walford, mate. Secrets do not stay quiet. Zoe ends up intervening and invites Josh and insists Oscar comes too. We already know from the advanced teasers that chaos erupts at the Queen Vic later in the week. I am putting my money on this exact dinner being ground zero. The Slater ladies, a massive secret, a forbidden romance, and a packed pub. It's going to be absolute fireworks. I'm physically preparing for this Vic showdown. So what do you guys think? You really think Jasmine's using that car crash to cover up a murder? And is Denise making the worst mistake of her life by not going to the hospital? Drop your best theories in the comments below. I absolutely love reading what you lot come up with. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video for more Square gossip.